Because velvet is a stretch fabric, I'm going to be using my 4-thread overlocker. If you don't have an overlocker, you can use a regular sewing machine with a zigzag stitch. Overlock the panel lines 1 cm in, taking pins out as you go. Do the same on the other side. Now snip off all the extra threads. Snip, snip, put the front bodice piece aside. For the back patterns, overlock the panel lines like the front patterns 1 cm in. Snip, snip. Repeat the process for the other side. Snip, snip. Now for the skirt. Overlock the side seams 1 cm in, taking pins out as you go. There you go. Now snip, 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 snip. Now putting the overlocker aside, bring out the front and back bodice patterns. Lay out the front piece right side up. Lay the back pieces onto the front piece, right sides together, making sure the side seams are lined up. To make it easier, pin the panel lines together first. And then pin the side seams together. Repeat the process for the other side. Now bring the overlocker back out and overlock these side seams 1 cm in. Snip, snip. Snip, snip. Put the overlocker aside again. Bring out the skirt, fold the waist in half and notch the centre front and back. Notch the centre front of the bodice pattern. Pull through the skirt so the seams are inside, and right sides facing together. Align the bodice and skirt. Use the notches and seams to help you line the patterns together. Carefully go around and pin the bodice and skirt together. Now overlock around the waist Take the pins out as you go. Snip. If you don't have an overlocker, you can use a regular sewing machine with a straight stitch. Now you're going to overlock the panel lines on the lining 1 cm in. Snip, snip. Do this with the back and front patterns. Snip, snip. Snip, snip. Snip, snip. You're going to do as before, the front piece lying right side up, and then align the back side seams right sides together. Pin the panel lines together. Pin the side seams together. Overlock the side seams together 1 cm in. Snip, snip. Snip, snip. Now put the overlocker aside. Get your dress. Make sure it's the right way with the seams on the inside. Place the bodice lining on the dress's bodice, right sides together. Align the seams together and pin. Then pin along the rest of the area in between. Also, pin along the back seam. You'll be sewing around, then pulling it through. Overlock along the pinned edges. Snip, snip. Snip, snip. Now before we put the overlocker away for good, overlock around the hem. If you don't own an overlocker, a regular sewing machine turned over hem will do. snip, snip, snip. Turn in the lining carefully, making sure curves and points come out neatly. Now pin down the edges. Continue pinning all the way around. Snip away any stray threads. Now, making sure the waist overlock seam is turned up, fold the hem of the bodice lining in under itself. It's easier to line up the seams first, then pin in the blanks. Now do this along the waistline and pin it down. Continue to do this all around. Next, top stitch along the pinned edge. Don't forget to backstitch. Okay, usually I do it from the right side of the fabric, but considering thread colour is spot on and the stitches will get covered later, I'm going to do it the easier way, which is on top of the lining. Snip, turn it through, snip. Now for the hem. Turn under the overlocking and then top stitch. Go all the way around. Snip, snip, snip. Get your eyelet press ready. If you don't have an eyelet press, most packets of eyelets come with a little tool that you can hammer them in, or get yourself a hand press tool. On the lining side, pin the back seams as close together as you can. Lay out where you'd like your eyelets to go. Make sure the eyelets are evenly spread out. If the eyelet is where you'd like it to be, mark the center. I'm just going to darken the spots so you guys can see. Next, using a sharp tool, make little cuts at the dot points. Be careful not to make the holes too big, otherwise the eyelets will fall through. Do this on both sides. Now put the eyelets in on both sides. Okay, on my mannequin I can see my neckline and bust aren't sitting too well, so now I'm going to be adding some gape darts. I'm just tucking in the fabric to create little darts that help the garment sit better. I threaded through the eyelets at the back to make sure the darts and the fit works well. Back to the sewing machine. I'm just going to sew along the line of pins and the dart near bust point. Snip, snip. Do this on both sides. Snip. Once it's back on the mannequin, get enough ribbon for the straps of the dress and hand sew them in. Snip, snip. I've aligned the ribbons to the panel lines. Snip. It's completely up to you though where you'd like the straps to be. Snip. Snip. Using pliers, de-leaf the tree. I ended up with an ugly blister halfway through, so I needed Sal to take over. By this point, I was feeling a bit crazy. Get some hot glue on the tip of the leaf. Using a peg, pinch the back of the fabric around the hot glued tip. Hot glue the individual leaves to the dress. I found going around in layers was the easiest way. And guys, please be careful. The glue is really hot and I burnt myself multiple times. Use a chair, undo the back, whatever helps getting into those annoying spots. Towards the top, I just held the leaves of the dress for a few seconds. I didn't bother pinching them down. For the bodice, I'm using the longer leaves to cover the top, sides and panel lines. The back needed much smaller leaves, so I cut one into two. Once you have the desired look, fluff out the leaves. Basically turn them up so ornaments can hang easily. Once you fluff out the dress, you'll notice there are quite a few gaps that need filling. Fill these spaces with some more leaves. Using the scraps of fabrics, I made a waistband with a bow. And this is what the dress looks like after I've decorated it. So guys, that's how you create a Christmas tree dress. I've decorated my tree dress like so. You can do it in any way you'd like, in any theme or color combinations, matching the fabric. It's completely up to you. We will be releasing more videos, starting off with a pattern and sewing tutorial for a coat. After that, I'll be making companion sewing tutorials for all the basic block patterns I've already released. And yeah, I'll be making more after that as well, I promise. And lastly, from the Black Diamond crew, Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Please share, like, and as always, subscribe to us, precious!